Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we're exploring the May Day Maze and breaking down every step you need to take to unlock the secret of Rovers Maze and obtain all of the rewards hidden around the island. Because trust me, there are a bunch of ways you can complete this maze, but only one correct way to get all of the bonus items. So please leave a like on the video and be sure to subscribe so you always catch the latest Animal Crossing news. And let's get into it. Okay, starting off simple, walk ahead and grab the shovel and dig up the bush to obtain a fruit. Next, eat the fruit to get the fruit power and then use this to dig up the tree. Now from here you can go multiple ways, just make sure to jump over the two gaps ahead of you, ignoring the east paths until you come to the end. Head left and jump over another gap to obtain a tree branch. Hopefully this is easy to follow with the gameplay too. Continue around the direction you're heading and jump over the two gaps ahead of you. And this takes you to 3 new paths, each with a tree branch the other side. Jump over the right hole first to obtain the branch and stone. Then jump over the middle one to get the branch and make sure you walk all the way down to find the worn axe. But don't use it yet, it is very fragile. Then head back and jump over the left hole to the third and final tree branch in this area. Now this is where most people will fail the maze or even complete the maze but without all of the rewards that are available. Don't continue forwards even though you can. Instead turn around, jump over the left hole, head west and jump back over the 2 holes until you reach the tree in the very top left of the maze. This is the tree we need to use the axe on in order to obtain everything we need to collect all of the available rewards. Anyway, chop the tree down with the axe. It will break afterwards, but that's okay. Just make sure you haven't used it until you get to this tree. Now collect the tree branch and 2 pieces of fruit in the new area ahead. Now this is the next place most people will fail again, even if they did the first trick correct. From here, continue down and head back to the 3 holes by jumping over the 2 holes ahead of you, if that makes sense. Jump over the leftmost hole, continue around, jumping over another hole until you find a rock. Eat one of the 2 fruits you have, just to make sure you don't accidentally use more than you should, and break the rock with your shovel. Collect the iron nugget as your reward. Again, ignore this tree. Don't waste your final fruit, otherwise you'll lose out on accessing the extra rewards. Instead, head back again, pretty much all the way back to the start in a figure of 8 until you're back in the middle of the maze, and now take the east path that we ignored right at the start and collect the 3 pieces of wood. You can actually do this step anytime because they're not blocked off, so you might already have them. Anyway, once you've collected the wood, walk down and you'll see a rock. Use the second piece of fruit we saved earlier to break the rock. Head south, collecting a piece of fruit along the way, and use it to dig up the tree at the bottom, opening up the area and giving you access to the DIY workbench. Now if you followed it correctly, you should have all the craft materials you need to craft a flimsy axe, and then use that to craft a normal axe. This is an important step because without the normal axe, your flimsy axe won't be enough to make it through the rest of the maze. From here, it's time to backtrack to the center of the maze. The quickest way is to the 3 holes until you get to one of the last trees that's blocking a small area with 2 pieces of fruit behind it. Use your new axe to chop this tree down and obtain the fruit, but don't eat them yet, just in case. Next is a bit long-winded, but we now need to head all the way around the maze back to where we collected the iron nugget. The quickest way is to head north over the gap, head around anti-clockwise until you get back to the 3 holes where the 3 tree branches were, and jump over the left hole, continuing around until you get to the tree we ignored earlier. Once you've arrived, you can chop this tree down with your axe, which is important, and continue north, picking up another piece of fruit along the way and jumping over a second gap until you reach the 3 mysterious trees in a row at the top of the maze. It's best to just ignore the stumps, by the way. Now you should have 3 fruits by this point, but the secret to Rover's Island is to not eat them yet, and instead just use your axe to chop them down, and one by one sit on them and turning to access the next. Don't use your shovel just in case. Just chop the trees down, sit on the stumps, and jump to the next. Once you've made it through the 3 trees, Rover will greet you and reward you with his Rover's suitcase. Don't worry, he'll send this in the mail the next day. Now, following on from the secret of saving the fruit, it's time to collect our additional rewards. Dig up the bushes next to Rover to obtain 4 bell vouchers, which are pretty cool items to have. Make sure you collect the ones directly hiding behind the hedgerow because they are difficult to see. Next is time to collect the extra bonus rewards and use the 3 fruits we saved from earlier. Dig up the bushes to the left of the tree near Rover if you haven't already, and run around the outside of the maze anti-clockwise until you reach a secret area housing 5 more bell vouchers. Simply eat your 3 fruits that we've been saving and smash the rocks one by one to access the final bell vouchers. If you did this correctly, you should now have 9 bell vouchers, which again will arrive in the mail from Dodo Airlines the following day. Now it's as simple as exiting the maze. You can do this either by digging up the hedges close by to the left of the entrance, or exploring the rest of the island first for a while longer and digging up the hedges to the right of the entrance and heading back home. Woo! If you did it correctly, you should have been able to obtain 9 bell vouchers and Rover's suitcase. If you get stuck though, simply call for a rescue and you can start over. Don't leave until you are happy though, as you can only visit this island once. Once you leave, it's over forever. So there we have it. I hope this helps some of you, or at the very least preserves this island for future players to enjoy. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to post Rover in the comments and let me know how well you did at this maze, or if this tutorial helped you. I'd love to know. Thank you so much to the Patreon and channel members for supporting this content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.